Hello everyone, my name is Shyam Chauhan and today we are going to discuss example 7. Show that 3 root 2 is irrational. The step to prove this statement will be given the statement first we will assume the statement is false, then we will try to prove the assumption wrong and hence the statement is true. Let us start the proof. The statement is to prove 3 root 2 is irrational. So we will assume that 3 root 2 is not irrational, or we can say 3 root 2 is rational. If 3 root 2 is rational, we can represent 3 root 2 as of the form a divided by b, where a and b are integers, then b not equals to 0, and we will assume a and b are co-prime. I have made the detailed video on co-prime numbers. Now if 3 root 2 equals to a divided by b, that is equals to root 2 equals to a divided by 3b, and we have a and 3b as integer and b not equals to 0. This implies 3b is also not equals to 0, and hence a upon 3b is rational. If right hand side is rational, this means left hand side is also rational. If a upon 3b is rational, then root 2 is also rational. If the question is of 2 mark or 3 mark, then for 2 mark or 3 mark questions, we can directly write that we know that root 2 is irrational, and hence the assumption is wrong, and the statement 3 root 2 is irrational is true. For 5-mark question, we have to prove that root 2 is irrational. Root 2 is rational, we have to prove this statement wrong. So if root 2 is rational, then we can represent root 2 by some another constant, that is m upon n, where m and n are integers n not equals to 0, and we will assume m and n are co-prime. So this is equals to root 2n equals to m. Now squaring both sides, we will get 2n square equals to m square. N and m are co-prime. This means that 2 is the factor of m square, because there is no common factor between n and m, but 2 is the factor of m square. Two is factor of m square, and by theorem we can write 2 is factor of m. If 2 is the factor of m, we can write m equals to 2 into some another constant, let's say k. This is similar to, if 2 is, we know that 2 is factor of 12, so we can write 12 equals to 2 into 6. This is similar to that. So I can put this in this equation, that is 2n square equals to m square, where m equals to 2 into k whole square. 2n square equals to 4 k square, and dividing both the sides by 2, we get n square equals to 2 k square. Here n and k has no common factors, and 2 is the factor of n square. 2 is the factor of n square, and by theorem we can write 2 is factor of n. So we can write n equals to 2 into 2 is the factor of n. Now if we see, 2 is factor of m, and 2 is also factor of n, but this contradicts the fact that M and N are co-prime. Hence, the statement root 2 is rational is false, and therefore the assumption that 3 root 2 is rational is false, and the statement three root 2 is irrational is true. In next lecture, we will start with exercise 1.2, question number 1 and 2. Thank you.